Now I've gotten the battle pass at level 30 for a few days now, and I've been wondering what lightcone to get. And so, while I have gotten Carve of the Moon, Weave the Clouds already, and I've actually equipped it on Asta, I was actually wondering what other lightcone I could use. Now, I don't really use any destruction characters. The Air Edition, I already have quite a bunch of Air Edition lightcones, so I don't really need to get anything for that. Same with Preservation and for the Abundance. And so I was thinking, maybe I should grab the Nihility lightcone. Now, upon looking at it, it doesn't really sound all too good. If you look at it, after the wearer uses basic attack or skill, deals additional damage equal to 48% of the wearer's attack to a random enemy that has been attacked. Now, if you impose this to level 5, which, it's gonna take a while, but if in case I do get that, it jumps all the way up to 96%, which is actually pretty huge if you really think about it. But what actually made me curious is, will this actually work on Silverwolf? So with that being said, I went ahead and redeemed that lightcone. And while I know that this is the best lightcone for her, I just wanted to test it out. Plus, I also needed another Nihility lightcone because I have 4 Nihility characters and only 3 at the time. So I'll go ahead and switch to this. So hopefully we can test it out and see if that will actually work. Now, the idea is that if we deal additional damage, would that equate to another debuff or another bug planted on the enemy? So that's what I really wanted to know. We only need to do either a basic attack or a skill, and hopefully we should be able to see that. And of course, looking at Silverwolf's talent, she can create 3 types of bugs, which will reduce either the attack, defense, or speed of the enemy. Now there's 67% chance, and if you happen to weakness break the enemy, it will also apply one of the bugs as well. So let's test it out. Now, we don't really need Sela in this team because we're just in the overworld and these enemies are pretty easy. So let's swap out to Himiko. Alright, there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, so obviously we'll already have 1 bug on the enemy because we had the weakness break on them. So right now we want to test out if it's actually going to apply 2. So as you can see there, we did inflict multiple instances of damage. I'll slow it down again for you. So unfortunately, it only added 1 bug on top of the other bug that we already had. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work. Now, maybe it's just an RNG thing. Maybe it just didn't work at the time. So we'll go ahead and try it out for 1 more time and see if that would actually work. Alright, now this is going to defense break or weakness break the enemy, so we are going to be seeing supposedly 2 more. So I guess that's not pretty effective. So I guess we'll have to use it on the next wave of the enemies. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, now obviously we don't have any debuffs or any bugs on the enemy. So hopefully we should be able to see if we actually applied more than 1. So unfortunately, it seems like it doesn't really work that way. Unfortunately, I really wanted it to work in that sense, because while I know it's not pretty efficient, because Silverwolf does require a lot of effect hit rate, and her free-to-play lightcone provides so much effect hit rate. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work. Now we'll try 1 more time just in case, we just made a mistake or what have you.
More enemies.
So hopefully we can see it here. Alright. We were able to hit them twice, for sure. And as for the debuffs, we only applied 2. So one for the skill, and then another one for the weakness break. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working as intended, or at least how I understood the mechanics of it. It's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, so it really was just the weakness break that applied that extra bug on top of the first one. Pretty unfortunate that the lightcone doesn't actually work as I initially understood it. But all in all, it's still pretty good. since I will still be able to use it. Now I could just equip it on somebody like Pella or whoever. It doesn't really matter at this point. I just don't want to use another Fermata because I already have 2 copies of those. But yeah. So now at least I have 1 light cone for each of them. So if you were actually planning on using that light cone for Silver Wolf, I don't really recommend it, although the damage is pretty interesting. Again, you know, Nihility characters mostly center around debuffing enemies anyway, so that additional damage really doesn't count as much, particularly if you don't really weakness break the enemy, if you have them on a break build, or if you don't have them on a DPS build anyway. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say, but wait a minute. I actually have mail. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, because it is actually my birthday today, so I did get the cake. So that's pretty nice. We get 100 gems. So I remember that when you start out the game, we actually get to input whatever birthday we want. And so for me, I put in my own birthday. And what I got from that is, well, 100 Stellar Jades plus a cake. Messenger Vice, it's your birthday today. You filled in this date on your Trailblazer profile. As a conductor, of course, Pom Pom will remember this. The Astral Express has always been a place of unity and friendship, so we have to celebrate a memorable date like this. Take this special present. Remember, even though we all started from a different place, the Astral Express will always open its doors to you as long as you hold true to the trailblazing dream. P.S. This is not made with the Omni synthesizer, so take good care of this. Nice. We actually got the cake. I'm not sure exactly what to do with it, so let's see what it does. Here it is. Oh, you can't. So it doesn't do anything. But I did get an extra 100 Stellar Jade, so that's actually pretty good. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share in today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was pretty interesting for you if you were actually curious about whether or not it works. I tried to look it up on the internet. I didn't really see anything immediately, and so I wanted to make a video about it. As always, I want you to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But most importantly, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace out, fam.